Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from Townhall.com dated May 29th. And I just thought this would be interesting to go over because it's interesting to me. It says, here's what a Chinese invasion of Taiwan would mean for the rest of the world. And since I don't really know what that would mean, I wanted to look at this. So let's just dive right in. It says, Taiwan matters for the entire global economy, and because it matters for the global economy, it matters for Kentucky's economy. That's how Representative Andy Barr, Republican of Kentucky, co-chair of the Congressional Taiwan Caucus, which I just found out was a thing as of reading that, has explained his concern for the future of the Republic of China in an interview with Townhall following a day of meetings in Taipei, which is the capital of Taiwan, I believe. Says businesses and workers in his district encircling Lexington rely on Taiwan, Barr said, including at the world's largest Toyota manufacturing facility. The Georgetown, Kentucky plant can crank out more than 500,000 vehicles per year and employs just shy of 10,000 full-time workers. And if you think about the way automobiles are manufactured right now, they require a lot of electronics. Barr emphasized to Town Hall of the ubiquity of semiconductors. 90% of the world's advanced semiconductors are manufactured here in Taiwan, which that I did know, and that's frightening that if we lose that technology, if China takes them, then we're going to have some serious problems in this country. So they got to get that stuff moved over here ASAP. So he said the industry that's become another deterring factor against the Chinese invasion, the Silicon Shield. Reiterating the message of ROC, President Lai's inauguration speech delivered just more than 1 week before Barr and the rest of the U.S. congressional delegation, led by House Foreign Affairs Chairman Michael McCall, arrived in Taiwan to meet the new president. That's a hell of a sentence. As the Kentucky Republican said, peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait are indispensable for global security and prosperity. In addition, peace through strength, deterrence, and defending Taiwan is squarely within the national security interest of the United States. And given the semiconductor issue, I would say, yeah, it probably is. As the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, the largest manufacturer of advanced semiconductors in the world, is right in the pathway of a, God forbid, Chinese Communist Party and People's Liberation Army amphibious invasion of this island, Barr explained in a sit-down with Town Hall. The entire global economy would be disrupted massively within hours of something like that happening, and Americans would instantly see a disruption in their consumer electronics and the automobile supply chain, he warned. It's kind of what I've been reading, but I don't know any specifics, so hopefully it gets in a little further to that. There's estimates cited by Barr say that a Chinese invasion of Taiwan would result in a $2 trillion hit to the global economy. Another reason why Taiwan matters to everyday ordinary Americans, he said. Whether we like it or not, we cannot ignore the U.S. economic interdependency with the world. Those who don't think Taiwan matters, Barr argued, belong to the voices of isolationism in both parties in the United States based on wishful thinking. So we can all wish that we can be immune from global events, but that is complete and utter naivete, Barr continued. The reality is that we have to know what's going on in global affairs to protect our own peace, stability, and economic prosperity. Ignoring what happens over here is a recipe for disaster for our own interests, he said, of China's escalating hostility and harassment aimed at the Republic of China. Says Taiwan's security and peaceful future is interconnected with our own, whether we like it or not. That is just a fact, Barr emphasized. Taiwan is geographically right in between two critical allies of the United States, the Philippines and Japan. They're on the first island chain, he explained. A Taiwan overrun by communist authoritarian China would give communist China open access to the Pacific with their submarines and would create doubt in the minds of our allies in the Indo-Pacific about the U.S. fulfilling its commitment to others. And given what's going on in Israel right now, and even with this and some other things, I wouldn't be surprised if other countries were already questioning our commitment to them. Wouldn't surprise me even a bit. So it says the threat of such a Chinese offensive continues to grow. It's clear that the operational tempo of these exercises has changed, and it's accelerated to the point where a lot of these exercises are now happening on the eastern side of the island. It's clearly a trial run or practice for an encirclement or a blockade of the island, Barr told Town Hall of the recent CCP drills around Taiwan. To the extent the Taiwan Relations Act exists to maintain the status quo, it's pretty obvious that the Chinese Communist Party is trying to disrupt the status quo, and this is not the status quo, he added of the intensifying harassment. The CCP's ongoing and escalating hostility toward Taiwan, Barr added, only reinforces the resolve of the U.S. Congress to enhance our military assistance to the island. So it's not just up to the U.S., said Barr. It's also about what Taiwan is prepared to do on its own, separate and apart from U.S. assistance to make itself into that porcupine that it needs to be to strengthen deterrence against the Chinese. Following meetings in Taiwan this week, Barr said he is very encouraged that President Lai and the government in Taiwan will build upon the success of the previous administration when it comes to ramping up defensive and deterrent capabilities. That involves a whole society approach to make sure that there's resiliency built up among the civilian population to, again, make Taiwan into a porcupine. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think China would just overwhelm them, and I think it'd be pretty quick, but hopefully they could be, like I said, a porcupine and take it right back to China for a little bit. The United States is fully and completely committed to maintaining the peaceful status quo and maintaining peace and stability in the Strait, Barr reiterated to Townhall. The successful inauguration and the fair and free election that was just concluded here is a testament, not just to a particular election, but it is a victory for democracy, and Taiwan is a beacon of freedom that it projects out into the world beyond this shadow of communist authoritarianism. Is Taiwan's vibrant democracy that just again proved itself with the recent elections and peaceful transfer of power means not just the United States, but democracies all over the world stand in unity with a massive multilateral coalition in solidarity with Taiwan, Barr reminded. It's not just about the United States and Taiwan. The whole democratic world stands with Taiwan. Yeah, I would think so. That's, I think, a pretty good statement. But I didn't get into as many specifics as I thought. Like, besides saying like it's a $2 trillion hit to the economy, a semiconductors issue. But I'd like to know more specifically how exactly what's going on there. That I don't know. I just kind of felt like maybe this article didn't quite get to where I thought it was going to, and I hadn't read it before right now. But I really would like to know a little bit more about that. So if anybody knows something out there or could point me in the direction or link something below that would help out, let me definitely do that. Let me know. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.